Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. I've been teasing this for a long time now and it is finally here. Yes, we are doing an Interstellar series on the channel. You can see right here all of the new star systems that have been added because of a very great mod called Galaxies Unbound, which has been installed along with a whole host of other mods which have allowed us to do this brand new series, which I'm really excited for. And here we are, just zooming in on Kerbin, which is a tiny little blip here compared to the rest of the giant galaxy we have right now. But we are going to be starting our series on the Kerbin with a very unassuming looking rocket. There are no modded parts on this rocket, just got some boosters and we got some engines and some fuel tanks and stuff. And Jeb, Bill, and Bob have just lifted off, and they're going to be heading on out to Lathe today on a mission, or that's what they think they're going to be doing. Because yes, we have a storyline. Not really, we don't really have a storyline, but we kind of have a vague mission objective that will be part of this Interstellar series. You'll see what I mean in a second. We kind of, it is basically a story that we're going to be doing here. So, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoy the series. I've spent a long time working on this. This is probably the longest I've ever spent making a video, so hopefully it is worth it. So there go those boosters, and there they go getting onto orbit, which they think they're anyways going to Lathe. No, something done weird's gonna happen to them. OMG, suspense. Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy the series. You'll see how the storyline goes in a second, because I will, explain it. The series is going to be kind of similar to the Beardy Penguin, if you know how he is. He did a series about Interstellar, but we're going Interstellar in the very first episode. He didn't go Interstellar until episode, I don't know, whatever. Wasn't in the first one. The main Kerbin system is actually going to be featured very little, if not at all, in the series. So, yeah, there you'll see. We have some really cool stuff planned and to show off. It's going to be nuts. I'm really excited for this series, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to hopefully try and get to episode 42. That's the goal. Yeah, this new series, which is going to be called The Kerbals Guide to the Galaxy. So I did a community post where I asked people for names, and that was the best one. Kerbal Guide to the Galaxy. It was actually, someone said Pilot's Guide to the Galaxy, which obviously my channel name. But I kind of amended that slightly to the Kerbals Guide to the Galaxy, because these Kerbals are going to be going on a guide around the galaxy. It's going to be epic. It's going to be awesome. And there they go. And OMG, guys, would you look at that? It appears we're having some maintenance issues with our upper stage engine, which we totally are having right now. Oh no, it looks like Jeb is going to have to go on and maybe do an EVA to go and see what's going on. What's going on with the engine after we do a little bit of, I guess we're we're testing the engine. I don't know. This is I did not put too much time into the cinematics of the story. Like, this is mainly going to be about the gameplay. Now, like I said, this is going to be kind of similar to the Beardy Penguin series, but a little more fast-paced and a little bit more emphasis on exploration. Like, he did a lot of colony building in his series, so yeah. So that's going to be the plan for this series. Let me know what you think. Obviously open to changes, as So here we are. It looks like Jeb is going to be doing some maintenance on the engine. See what's going on with it. Like, they just started their mission. You don't want that. And OMG, he accidentally. Oh, the engine turned on. Oh no, Jeb has been. He's been ejected. He has been engine fired. And oh no, Jeb, he is. Oh no, he looks like he's gotten pushed out of the Kerbal system. He's going on out to interstellar space. Oh no, Jeb, what's he gonna do? He's gonna be all lonely, and oh no, what? Oh no, there goes the Kerbal. Oh, Jeb, that's not very good. Jeb, oh, he's gone. What's gonna happen to him? Very suspenseful. So yeah, there he goes. And oh my, look at all those other systems and stuff. And where is Jeb? What's gonna happen to him? Oh, so much suspense. I know. So that's basically the story. Jeb, it's kind of a joke. Jeb got ejected out of the Kerbin system because he was standing in the back of a rocket engine and it got fired. And yeah, he's stuck in interstellar space now. What is gonna happen to Jeb? Black screen, dramatic effect and stuff. And oh no, here's Jeb again. Looks like Jeb is looking at something. What What is this? What? What? It looks like he has been found by a craft. What is going on here? This is rather interesting. What is happening? All right, so Jeb is going to go investigate this mysterious, very dark craft. Obviously, there's no light because they're very far away from the nearest star. So what is going on here? This is very weird. And oh, here he is. Oh, looks like the craft has a Kerbal on it. Big Kerman, which is, by the way, one of my members. So yeah, members, shout out. I haven't really been shouting out my members enough, so all of the members have a Kerbal named after him in this video. So I feel like that'd be my way to say thanks to you guys. So looks like Big Kerman, who is our biggest donator, by the way. Thanks, Big. He's gonna be the pilot, and looks like the Kerbal has now Jeb has entered the command module, and Big is now going to explain to Jeb some very interesting facts. And Jeb, knowing these facts, is now going to take on a new mission. OMG, what could that be? We will explain that in just a second. I know, so much suspense. But Jeb, because they're getting ready to do a big interstellar burn, because they are going to be returning to their home planet, which is not Kerbin, which is going to be one of the big changes we make this series. Home planet's not going to be Kerbin, so Jeb he's now getting in, and he's going to be going into cryo freeze. So you can see there are some other Kerbals. There are going to be, I think, 9 Kerbals in total on this mission. And Jeb is going to now go into the freezing chamber. So you're going to freeze him up, and then there he goes. Jeb is going to go into cryo, sleep, freeze, whatever. So yeah, so while they go on the multi-thousand-year travel. So Big is going to be piloting the craft until the burn is done, the interstellar burn, which there we are in interstellar space, and then Big is going to go into cryo sleep after that burn is completed. And where are they going to be going? There are like 20, 30 star systems. Where to go to? We are going to be going to Epsilon Corelliani, which is the home planet of these Kerbals. Oh, or the home star system. Yes, that is the gimmick. That is one of the gimmicks. These are different Kerbals. These are not the same Kerbals that are on Kerbin. I don't know how they got there. They must have accidentally been ejected or something from Kerbin. Or maybe these Kerbals are originally from this place, and Kerbin is a place, you know, either the point is, there are this other Kerbal civilization, alien Kerbals, as we get rotated around to target, and we can fire up our big, giant, freaking huge engine, which has like 500,000 seconds of specific impulse. It is giant. It is ridiculously powerful. We have about 1.8 million meters a second of delta V on this thing, and we only use a fraction of it. So we are going to be burning now to get, and this thing has an insane amount of thrust. This engine, overpowered as crap. I mean, and that's kind of everything in Interstellar Extended, by the way, which is one of the mods we have. So while we do this a very, very long burn, I will describe to you what Big Kerman told Jeb. So here's our epic storyline. Are you ready for this, guys? It's gonna be great. So what has happened is these alien Kerbals, they live on a moon of Thythen. Thythen is the planet that they live on a moon of, and the moon is known as Bohr. And Bohr, they've been there for a long time, and they're much more advanced than our Kerbals. Like our Kerbal in this universe, the Kerbin Kerbals, they're just as, they have like stock parts unlocked. That's all they have. So that's but these Kerbals, they have all this interstellar stuff, but they have encountered a problem. Their home world of Bohr is slowly kind of starting to die away. It's starting to have some problems. It's not going to be inhabitable anymore. So these Kerbals have been sent out on a mission to try and locate a new planet for the Kerbals to habitate and start their civilization on again, and to build a colony and to build to keep the civilization alive. And these Kerbals are heading home on a scout mission, and they stumbled across Jeb in space, and Jeb has agreed to help them find a place. So that's gonna be the plot of this series. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending a bunch of different scout craft out to different star systems, and we're going to be exploring some planets, and then we're going to choose a planet we like to colonize, and then we'll probably colonize it, and some of the surrounding planets around it we'll set up some bases on. It's going to be giant, it's going to be huge, it's going to be amazing. And I hope you guys enjoy. And we'll have some interactive stuff so you guys can vote on maybe where we go, what planet we colonize, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. So, you know, if you're enjoying the series, if you like this, you know, big old subscribe button. There's a great Discord we got and stuff like that. I don't know, I feel like that was just kind of a natural time to do plugs. And then, you know, comment, like, OMG, you know, let me know what you think. Good series, bad series, am I wasting my time? I don't know. I literally spent a week on this. We're doing some correction burdens right now to get close to the star. Yeah, this is, yeah. But here we are. We have now made it to the star about 6,000 years later, to the, you know, because of better time warp, made that go by a little bit quicker. And now we can get a nice view of the mothership here. So, while we do our deceleration burn around and get captured around the Kepsilon Curliani star, can fire up the engine one more time. Sometimes, by the way, the engine won't have any sound coming out of it. You have to, I didn't realize this until near the end of the filming this video. For the engine to have sound, I think it's a glitch, you have to turn off the engine, then turn it back on for the thing to actually have sound. So for a few of these burns, there's not going to be any sound on the engine, so I don't know. Terrible unsubbing, I know, right? So yeah. That's what we're going to be doing for the series, and we are getting slowed down. We're going to go to Thythen, which is that second planet, is that blue planet. It is a gas giant, and we're going to be going to Bohr, which is one of the moons of Thythen. It's a really cool moon, Bohr. You guys will see when we get there. It's kind of like a swampy place with green water, which is probably why it's not very inhabitable anymore. And they actually have an entire space center set up over there because of some mods I have. It's going to be great. I'm really excited to show you guys the space center we've got going. I teased it in the community post, so, you know, stay tuned, my gosh, to see the landing on Bohr, which is where this video is going to end, where part 1 is going to end as them landing on Bohr, and then part 2 is going to pick up right after where this part left off, and then we're going to be doing some more fun stuff there as we wait to do our correction burn to get to Bohr. Obviously, this is inefficient. It's really inefficient, but you know, we have literally millions of meters a second of delta V, so nothing to worry about. And you can see those two planes we have attached. You can see it now, but a second ago, you have attached to that mothership is those are going to be our landers. They're going to be taking one of them back, down to the surface, and you can see the Thythen system. There are quite a few moons. There are 5 moons, and Bohr is the second furthest out. It is that green one you can kind of see as we come in for a for a thing. There are so much cool stuff. Galaxies Unbound has got to be one of the coolest mods ever. I'll have a mod list in the description. It is really cool. There are a ton of new stuff, and there are so much unique things in this stuff. Like we have black holes. There are neutron stars. There are like there are stars orbiting stars. There are like three star systems. It's crazy. There's stars orbiting black holes. There's giant stars. There's giant like super Earths. There's like tiny little pebbles, like tiny moons and stuff. And there's like lava planets, and there's like forest planets, and there's like ice planets. It's crazy, and everything. It's all unique and different. And there's like a planet that's it's super close to its parent star, and it's like one side of it is melted and the other side is like completely frozen. It's really cool. This mod is amazing, and all the other mods like B9 Aerospace that we have, and Galaxy and Interstellar Extended, and there is Bohr actually is coming into view right now. You can actually get a glimpse of what it looks like. It is a kind of a greeny gray brown planet or moon rather. Bohr is also one of the more unique ones. It is really cool. Bohr, some facts about our home planet, because this is where a majority of at least the first bit of the series is going to be taking place. This is essentially the equivalent of Kerbin. There is a space center here that I have built in. It's basically where we're going to be starting all of our missions from. Well, maybe that'll change down the line when we have like some colonies set up and stuff. But this is the home world of the Kerbals that is dying, and they need to get off of it. So they're gonna come back, report back their findings. I don't know what these guys found on their little expedition mission, but they did find Jeb. And I don't know, Jeb. He is Jebediah Kerman. He's probably gonna help speed up their their process to get off world. You can't match the genius of Jeb. So some facts about this thing. This thing's about a quarter of the size of Kerbin. It has oxygen in the atmosphere, so jet engines work, which is great, which is a big reason why I chose it. It has an atmosphere, a little bit, it's about It's about 20-30% the thickness of Kerbal, maybe a little bit more. It's not quite as thick as Kerbal atmosphere, but it doesn't have as much gravity, so they kind of offset each other. So planes work really well here. They're a little bit harder to fly than in Kerbal. You have to fly a little bit faster, but it is great. The atmosphere starts at around 50 kilometers, and yeah, it's great. It's not the gravity's not too bad, so we can launch some rockets and stuff from it. So yeah, there we are, just slowing down around Bohr, and then we've made it. We're done. We've made it to low Bohr orbit, and this thing also doubles as a space station. This craft, once you get there, it has that big rotating ring here to have artificial gravity and stuff. But now we can go ahead and unfreeze all the Kerbals, get them out of a cryo sleep right here. This is another cool mod. It's called Deep Freeze. There go the Kerbals. There he is, getting unfrozen. There we go, thawed out, all the Kerbals. And I think I'll crossfade past all of them getting thawed, because there's 9 of them. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending Jeb and a few of the other Kerbals into a lander. The lander seat, I believe, 6 of them. We're going to bring 4 people down, 4 or 3, down to the surface of Bohr. And Jeb's going to just kind of say hi to everyone, see what's going on in this alternate civilization they got going here. So they're going to be going into that bottom lander or plane thing, which actually it actually has Sabre engines, which are the engines used on Skylon, and it can fly around the atmosphere and stuff after it lands. So yeah, it's gonna be great. And there they go, and we're gonna drop it into 1x speed, so you can see what the frame rate I was dealing with. This was basically what it was like the entire mission. Yeah, this craft is quite likes to lag, Yeah. But either way, there we go. We're going to get the time-lapse going in just a second again. So you guys don't have to deal with 5 FPS for the next however many minutes this video goes for. And yeah, there goes that lander detached. And then it can do its deorbit burn. The Sabre engines work very similar to the Rapier engines. Rapier engines are actually based off of them. So we're going to point retrograde, use our closed cycle mode, and then when we get into the atmosphere, we're going to switch it over to jet engine mode. We actually don't even need to fire the jet engines because we glide all the way in. And we are going to be targeting much short of the Bohr Space Center. I guess that's what it's called. Because this thing can glide like crazy, because the atmosphere is really cool. Atmosphere equals epic. And yeah, so there you go. Getting all of our control surfaces and all that stuff set up, and our wheels and stuff for our landing, so we can go ahead and flip over now, and we can start our re-entry. We're going to be coming in super low, just to try and get as low as possible, get it to as thick as the atmosphere. Wow, I can't speak, can I? Get into the thickest parts of the atmosphere as quickly as possible to try and scrub off as much velocity, because these things really do like to glide because there's not a lot of gravity. So yeah, there we are now. You will see the Bohr Space Center come into view shortly. There are still quite a few mountains we actually have to clear before we arrive at the Space Center, but you can kind of see that little black, that gray square just straight ahead, that like that craft outline. That is where the Space Center is. So there's a little bit of a distance we got to trek, but it's kind of a good, we got to efficient, right? Because it is really hard to slow down, and you have to come in. The speed is basically perfect, because landing this craft is quite the challenge. It is very flippy and stuff. So if you come in too slow, if you come in too fast, you go off the end of the runway. If you go in too slow, you just stall out and crash and die. This uses Ferram Aerospace, which is like an aerodynamics overhaul mod, which is quite good. You can see some floating rocks. That's really the only problem with Galaxies Unbound. There are some floating rocks, but that is really a minor problem. But here we are cresting the final 2 mountains, and the Space Center will be coming into view very shortly. And you can see the city. This is at the height. That's the city where the Kerbals live. This civilization. That's totally not just a Valhenge, but made bigger. Totally not. But here we are going to be popping open the air brakes as we come over the final mountain, and the Space Center will start to come into view. There it is. So what are we looking at here? I'll go a little more in depth into the layout of the Space Center in the next episode, but basically you can see on your right hand side there is the vehicle assembly building, and then straight after that there are 3 orbital launch pads, and there are 2 landing pads next to them. And then straight ahead of us right now is the is the runways and the spaceplane hangar, which is basically the airport part of the Space Center. There are a few other parts like the tracking station and some of the administration building and stuff like that. All that stuff is located in a place that we will see later. But we are now dropping the landing gear as we come over right next to the space plane hangar and over the runway, and we're coming in for our landing. So dropping it down to 1 speed over the runway, raise the nose, and touchdown. Air brakes out, and welcome to Bore. These wheels do not like to brake, so yeah, I'm probably not going to use these in any more future craft because, or I have to find a way to get the brakes to work better because this thing does not slow down. That's part of why it took so long to land. And here it is. We do have to kind of do a little bit of a Kerbal maneuver. I don't know, maybe it's Jeb's on board because we were going to go off the end of the runway. We are going to use the light! I am actually quite surprised that did not blow up. But hey, you know, epic futuristic, right? Futuristic Kerbals have futuristic solutions, right? Yeah, you know, they could, you know, Jeb's on board. Weird crap happens with Jeb. Oh yeah, look, I pull up the F3 menu. That was 13.5 Gs they pulled hitting that flight. Kerbals are strong. They'll buff out. So here we are. We have made it. So now we're gonna have to do a little bit of 180 and then taxi back the entire length of the runway. We'll speed it up a little bit here. So that it's not too long. This runway is actually doubled in size, so it is twice as large as the Kerbal Space Center's runway. So there we go. Just going to be driving back, and we're going to be parking it at the space plane hangar today. As you can see those orbital launch pads right there, and you can see the city in the background where the Kerbals live. And yeah, so there are the other two runways. This is the only equatorial runway. Those two other runways are pointing to the polar direction, so it all depends which runway we want to use. And here we are coming onto the taxiways. You're going to go to the right side of the road. Probably going to make some of the Europeans a little bit upset. Yeah. This Space Center is not totally complete. There's a few more finishing touches I want to do. I want to pull up some supports for the taxiways here because they're kind of floating, and there are some other like random floating buildings and stuff that I need to kind of clean up and stuff. But this thing is basically all done, and we're going to talk, like I said, a little more about this in the second episode, and then we're going to have to get straight into, you know, the colonization, because, you know, these guys, they got to find a new home, because this home has like friggin' green water, man. You know, that's probably not very healthy. And the grass is all green and stuff. I don't know, you know, I don't know if this is how they found it, and they just realized that it's a bad idea to be living here, or who knows. You know, Kerbals are green, this planet's green, maybe they like it. Well, actually they don't, because they're trying to find a new home, but either way, boop. We've made it. Welcome. And I'm going to go deploy the ladder. And obviously, the side I deploy the ladder on is not the side that the EVA is on. But here's Jeb. He's going to be taking his first steps on the surface of Bore. I'm going to just kind of look at the spaceplane hangar, and that is going to bring us to the end of episode 1 of the Kerbals Guide to the Galaxy. So I'd like to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Please rate or comment to this video. Once again, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. And bye.